Let me ask you one simple question. Are you where you want to be, and are you where you said you would be at the start of this year when you wrote down those goals that you haven't ticked off, that you haven't actually achieved because you haven't done the work required to achieve said goal, and you're going to continue to do the same thing on repeat because you have now built a habit loop, and you're going to go into 2024 doing the exact same shit, expecting a different result? And it's literally ludicrous when you think about it that you're going to do the same thing on repeat but expect a different outcome without fixing or changing anything because your ego is so big, and you're going to go into a new year doing the exact same shit.
Cognitive dissonance is another point I want to bring up, right? Because again, people listening to this podcast will probably have the symptom of the same disease, right? They will sit here, they'll ignore the message, and they'll come back 3 years later, I promise you, and they'll think, you know what, if I'd just listened from the beginning, I would have actually been successful if I'd done it 3 years ago. Why would you want to wait 3 years for that to happen, is my point.
It's been over a year now since I embarked on Rewired, and I cannot stress enough how powerful Rewired's been. And in today's video, I'm going to essentially share with you some of the big breakthroughs, and I'm going to share with you a couple of things that have really helped me this year since going through Rewired, putting the ego aside and just doing the inner work required. I just want to say to anybody watching, to anybody who is yet to action, anybody who is yet to take charge of their life and wants to make a change going into the new year and doesn't want the new year to be the exact same as this year, the guys are doing a Black Friday sale. Now, by the time you're watching this, you probably only have around 24 hours left to act on it. It ends on the 27th of November at midnight.
Imagine saying, right, you're going to cross this little lake, and there's alligators in there or whatever it is, and only under 1% of people make it to the other side. That's the kind of odds people take in trading and think that's fine. Yet they wouldn't do that. And the reason as to why is because usually how humans are, if you study them, things have to get so bad to the point that it's like they're forced to change. That's why they will keep repeating the mistake. But my question is, if you're a trader right now and you're actually involved in that, and that's your ideology and that's how you're going to trade, can you afford to take the risk for the next 2 to 3 years and just keep on applying that type of logic? Let's just break it down, right? So what's the average funding assessment, roughly?
To buy?
Yeah, let's say like a 50K account.
A 50K
right?
is probably like $300, something
right,
like
so
that.
we won't go extreme for the stats of like 100 assessments or whatever, but we know people are taking like 5 to 10 quite casually. So at what point, how much money do they need to lose? Like 3K, 4K, 5K, until they realize, hold on a minute, I need to invest into my mindset. So then what do? They go and retrading the zone. I mean, who attributes trading in the zone to fixing their psychology?
You need specific modules and tasks to implement in order to make the change. And above all else, you need time. And it's taken me time, and I still go through Rewired to this day. I still implement it every day into my life. And the ones that are seeing the true success are doing the exact same. Many of you that even purchased it that haven't gone through it, I urge you during this Christmas period, go through Rewired and go into the new year with conviction and absolute gas and take control of the year. All I can do is spread that. Your favorite influencers are now jumping on the bandwagon conveniently that mindset is important, when only 6 months ago, a big majority of these people said mindset was a scam and mindset didn't mean anything, only to find that now they're saying, oh, mindset this, mindset that, or go and read Trading in the Zone. And they'll use buzzwords and they'll say things like self-image. They don't know what self-image is. Some people throw around identity. Don't be emotional. Think like a robot. It's bollocks. We're humans. We're biologically wired to have emotion. But understanding the emotion and understanding the emotional triggers can prevent you from making that same mistake. Understanding when to stay out of the market due to a feeling, and I don't feel right. I've had a bad morning. I'm not in the flow zone. This could impact my trading, because remember, everything that you do in life will bleed into your trading. It will bleed into other areas of your life. It's just natural. I've read Trading in the Zone, and while it is a great book, it didn't fix my issues. And anyone that's followed me for a long time will know I am a massive advocate of mindset. Before Rewired, before anything like that, early on in my journey, I was one of the very few that said mindset was important. You needed to understand yourself on a greater greater level, but I had very surface level knowledge. I'd read a lot of books, I'd read a lot of self-development stuff, I'd watched podcasts, and while that can help and assist you, isn't it convenient that when I then applied myself to something like Rewired and did the work required, I saw tremendous growth in all areas of life. I'm not just talking about trading that most of my audience probably care about, but I'm talking about every single part of your life that matters on a greater level. So many of you are neglecting your health. So many of you are neglecting your partner. So many of you don't want to be in the relationship you're in. So many of you have got kids and you feel guilty or you feel down because you're not providing the correct life for them. So many of you are in a position in life that you're not happy about, but you're scared to do something. So many of you lie to yourself on a regular basis and your mind calls you out, and your identity is someone that says something but doesn't do what they say. How are you going to see success? How are you going to grow in life if that is the person that you are? You're just not. And think about it, deeply think about it. The pain points you've experienced this year, the funded accounts you've blown up, the money you've lost, the courses you've bought, the mentors you've gone through, and you're still going round and round in circles. What if it wasn't your technical knowledge? What if it was the mindset and the psychology and the understanding of yourself, but you're scared to embark on it because you think it's expensive? You're not sure if it's going to work. Core modules, which obviously I would highly stress going through first, even if you've gone through them once or twice, go through them repeated multiple times. Then you've got Beyond Rewired, which is the newest module. Obviously, there's a Discord, there's webinars, there's Notions, there's resources. Trust me when I say it is game changing. You might think it's a lot, but let me ask you this. Do you think the 200K, the 300K, the 400K challenges you buy are a lot? Now, you might argue, oh yeah, but Alb, I could make 10K off them, 20K off them, 30K off them. You could, damn right. But have you done that yet? If you haven't, then maybe there's an issue. And maybe the issue is you. And until you address that issue, you could spend all the money you like on these challenges hoping, like your favorite influencer does, that if they buy 20 accounts, they might pass one and only share the one that they passed. And everyone's like, oh my God, you're a sick trader. And it may seem like a lot now, but with the 20% off, it's not that much considering this is your life. This is no practice life. This isn't I can run through it for 20, 30 years and then I can rewind and figure it all out. You can't do that. So you have to apply this now. I am trying to film a video, big man, and you are making noise with your claws. Yes, I'm trying to film. Do you want to say hello or something? Come here. And trust me when I say with this little man, big man, right? The things he's done over the last couple of months, if I hadn't taken Rewired, I would have gone nuts. But because I understand how to respond in a situation, because I'm able to almost see me getting the hump and not getting the hump and not letting things impact my day, we're all gravy. The amount of things I see from humans that get frustrated, whether they're driving, whether the train's late, whether the plane's delayed, whether someone's let them down, and I see it ruin their entire day. These are all things that Rewired will fix if you apply yourself. If you are not where you want to be, if you have not achieved the things you want to achieve this year, if you are going round and round in circles still, please, for the sake of your own well-being, do not go into the new year doing the same shit and expecting a different result, because I can guarantee you there will be no different result. And if you leave it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you're going to have wasted so much time that you cannot get back. All I'm doing is spreading the message. The whole point in the channel was to share my journey, was to share my highs and lows, was to share the realities of trading, was to document my life and where I go in the next 10, 15 years, and was to share with you things that I have found useful that can help and benefit you. All I'm saying is, if you're in the same position next year and you come back to this video, you're going to kick the shit out of yourself for saying, why didn't I take action in the first place? Like I say, there's a link in the description. You can use Albi20. You can save yourself 20% off. Get stuck in. Come say what's up in the Discord. Let's go. Peace and love, gang.